Welcome back, everyone. It is still Monday. I thought I would do an additional video this morning. Of course, this is going to be a set review video. Just wanted to share with everybody. This is actually, I was going, like I say, this weekend I was going through some boxes and rearranging, and I came across a whole monster box full of NASCAR sets that apparently I have completed. I just didn't have boxes to box them individually, so I'll be doing that in the upcoming weeks as well to get them boxed and put over on my shelf that has all my completed sets. So at any rate, this set is from 2002. It is Press Path Stealth. It's a 27 card set and it is called Lap Leaders. Some of you may remember these or may not, but this was kind of my second foray into doing trading cards. I had been out for a few years, got back in the early 2000s, probably about 2005 or 6. I went out for a number of years and then just really came back about 2016 or 17 when racing started making a big comeback with the Panini line after Press Pass filed bankruptcy. But these are in numerical order. We're going to start off with John Andretti. As you see, it is a die-cut card. I do have every one of these in a penny sleeve. Has a small headshot of the driver. Nice little illustration of a car coming to a finish line. And then on the back, we'll have a small paragraph about the driver. And I can't tell if that's on the card or if that is... Let's look. That's on all of them. So it just looks like it's bent, but it's not. But Johnny Andretti at the time was driving for Petty Enterprises. Up next is Casey Atwood, who was driving for Jim Smith / Ray Evernham in the Ultra Evernham Dodge after he was released from the 19. Jeff Burton during his time with Roush in the Citgo 99. Jeff's brother Ward won the 2002 Daytona 500 driving this car. Kurt Busch won the 2004 Cup Series Championship driving for Roush in the 97. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Budweiser Chevrolet. Of course, Budweiser's been airbrushed out, and Dale written in Budweiser font. But Dale, multiple-time most popular driver. Four-time Cup Series champion Jeff Gordon just came off his fourth and final championship in 2001. And a little bit of research I recently did. Jeff Gordon ran from his first race in 1992. And his last race, I believe he ran in 2016 when he was subbing for Dale Jr. 93 career wins. Half of his career wins came between 1995 and 1999. I believe if I remember the total right, it was like 47 wins or something. I can't remember the exact number, but just slightly over half of Jeff Gordon's wins, career wins, came in that 5-year stretch. So that was hard for me to believe, and then I double-checked it, and yeah, it was all right there. Up next, Robbie Gordon. He had a pretty good time driving for RCR, had 3 wins. Jeff Green had a Daytona 500 pole. He also won the pole in the Bristol Night Race in 2001. Led a lot of laps in that race as well. This car originally, most people don't know this, but the 30 AOL car was originally in 2001 to be driven by Kevin Harvick. Obviously, Earnhardt's death at Daytona changed that, and then Jeff Green ended up getting the nod to drive the 30 car. Bobby Hamilton. I always liked this paint job better than the blue and yellow Square D car. I always thought this one looked a little bit better. Speaking of Kevin Harvick, this was the second year of him driving the GM Goodwrench car. Dale Jarrett, UPS car. Jimmy Johnson would eventually win 7 championships in this car and will drive a part-time schedule in 2023. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Matt Kenseth would win the title 1 year later driving for Roush in this car. Bobby Labonte was the 2000 Cup Series champion for Joe Gibbs Racing. Terry Labonte would have 1 more full-time season left in this car. I'm sorry, 2 more, 2003 and 2004. because Kyle Busch would win Rookie of the Year in 2005. That one more year after this, Terry would win his final race at Darlington in the Southern 500. Much like with Dale Jr. and the Budweiser font, Sterling Marlin has the Coors Light font style there, as the alcohol sponsor has been airbrushed out. Mark Martin, likewise, again, not an alcohol, but a pharmaceutical. Instead of having the Viagra logo there, they just, airbrushed that out and wrote the Pfizer name. Jeremy Mayfield, controversial figure in the world of NASCAR. Ryan Newman, who would win 2002 Cup Series Rookie of the Year. Kyle Petty. Of course, this was to have been Adam Petty's ride, but Adam was tragically killed in New Hampshire in 2000. Ricky Rudd. Really was an underwhelming time at Robert Yates Racing. He drove from 2000 to 2002 and only had 3 wins. He did winless in 2000. 2001 he won twice. In 2002, the only win he had was at Sears Point, where he passed Jerry Nadeau, who broke a transmission with a couple laps to go. Ken Schrader, M&M's. Of course, M&M's no longer in the sport. They just recently ran their last race with Kyle Busch. There's another sponsor you probably will never see on any car again unless they've changed their industry, is Kodak, Mike Skinner. And this whole deal, I think he's took over in 2002 and ran 2003, and it was just a bum deal. Those guys just never clicked. Jimmy Spencer ran a couple years for Chip Ganassi. Tony Stewart would win 2 championships in this car. And Rusty Wallace, bringing up, of course, you see they did this alphabetically. Rusty Wallace, the 27th and final card of the set. There you see the checklist. And again, you see every card had... originally, when I turned the first card over, I thought it was a crease in the card. It was not. It was just the design of the card. So at any rate, hope you guys enjoyed this set review. I've got several more that I'm going to be bringing your way over the next several weeks. I have a lot of fun doing this. It's a bit of a flashback for me. Kind of keeps the old memory fresh and reminds me of times in NASCAR gone by. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we will see you tomorrow.